Oh, my arrow. Let me give it back to you. Morning. Hey, are you? Good. We'll be with you in a minute. Oh, okay.
Do you want any more than that, or is that good enough for now? Let me know if you
Wait,
need more.
Daryl.
I'll get you some more.
You mind?
Oh, no. I figured it'd be good for everybody. They're called parties, right?
Right. Is it working?
I don't know. I just picked them up last week. I'll let you know next week.
Let's go back in the conversation. Do you have any clue why we all want to talk to you today?
Yeah, I got a good idea.
Yeah? Why don't you tell me what you think we're going to talk to you about?
Oh, well, I guess I'd prefer to hear it from you guys. I mean, I know it has something to do with a card that was left on my locker, and I guess my reaction to that card. I was kind of thinking Tim might be here today too, but I guess not.
There's nothing to do with Tim.
Oh,
What would it have to do with Tim?
well, I assume Tim's the one that left the card on my locker. You don't think so?
Huh?
You don't think so?
I don't know. Does it make any difference?
Well, yeah, I think so.
Does that justify contacting his wife on social media?
Well, I think his wife's the one that wrote it. You don't think so?
All right. So we got a little write-up here.
Okay.
Starts with on 8/8/16. Brian took one of the pizzas from the weigh break room that were intended for the weigh employees. You agree with that?
Partially.
Did you or didn't you take the pizza that was supposed to be for the weigh employees?
That was for the employees.
Did you take the pizza?
Yes.
Okay. That's the only fact we need. Did you also take it out in milk intake? 'Cause that's what I've been told by several people.
Yeah.
Okay. You were once a lead, right?
Yep.
Is taking food out in the plant okay?
Oh, well, I mean,
Is
it's
taking food out in the plant okay?
where it was, yes.
In intake.
Yeah.
You can take a pizza out there. We have lunch out there?
Yeah.
Do we have lunch out there? We allow the guys to have lunch?
They have a
Okay.
refrigerator up there.
Well, there's nothing in here on that anyway, but.
Okay.
Okay, 8/19/16, Brian found a note on his locker stating that they were sorry that Brian felt underappreciated and it contained a $10 Pizza Ranch gift card.
How do you guys know how much it was worth?
That's what we heard. We don't know.
Okay.
That's what we heard.
Okay.
So we assumed that.
Okay.
You're acting like this is funny.
Well, it's
This
it's
is
odd that
funny.
some of these details that, I mean, it didn't say $10 gift card on there. So it's odd that you guys know what the card's worth.
Make sure you capture that in the notes that Brian thinks this is funny. Okay, 8/20, Brian assumed with no proof that Tim note on his locker and that Tim's wife had written the note. Brian sent a Facebook message to Tim's wife sarcastically thanking her for writing the note for her husband.
Right.
There was then a heated message exchange. By the way, we got copies of those, and that'll
Yeah.
be in your file.
Okay. What'd you think of that?
I thought it was the most immature thing that
Yeah, she was.
someone in a leadership position in a plant.
What?
You were once a lead person.
Did you honestly
I
read
read
that?
the whole
disc-
thing. I
So
read
did
the
you
whole
see
thing.
how many times I tried to end that conversation?
Well, why did you contact her in the first place? Totally inappropriate.
Like I just told you.
That's harassment, my friend.
So
So we'll finish
okay,
here.
all right.
This is going to be short and sweet. Okay, 8:20, Tim was made aware of the Facebook messages to his wife. He was upset and discussed it with his lead and with Ryan. At no time did Ryan and Tim discuss this issue. Our policy. Be advised that has concluded our investigation that your conduct was unprofessional and in violation of our company's anti-harassment, hostile work environment policy by making highly inappropriate remarks to his wife via Facebook. Going forward, you're expected to fully abide by our anti-harassment policy as we require of all employees. You understand that?
Yes, I do.
Additionally, employees who report concerns or who participate in the investigation of a complaint will not be subject to retaliation or reprisals of any kind. Any employee who engages in retaliation against another employee because of a complaint will be subject to disciplinary action up to and including discharge. While we do not anticipate any concerns, if employees believe they are subject to any forms of retaliatory behavior, they are expected to immediately report these concerns to supervisor or HR. This is similar to the discussion we had with you a while back about the issue with the other way employee. You remember that one?
No, I don't remember.
With Randy and the Drains and social media.
Contacting
messaging.
Randy's wife.
That's.
You don't remember?
Are you kidding me? He admitted to you and JR that he made that up. I never contacted his wife. He told you.
I don't remember that.
No, this is not right here. He told you and JR that that was made up. And he told you that he did it because he was stressed out and that you and I and
Did he make
JR.
up contacting?
Yes.
Well, that would be,
Oh, this is really wrong right here. And then you, me, JR, and Randy were supposed to have a discussion the following Wednesday, and nobody showed up for it. Now,
Well, so we've got one of the key guys in here that would have remembered that. JR was in here earlier in the week when we were first discussing this.
Yeah.
No one remembers the fact that Randy said, "Oh, I just made it all up."
well, can we talk to Randy?
It's irrelevant to this
No,
discussion.
it is relevant.
I will tell you what's relevant.
Oh, I'm telling you that
I
someone
will
made it
tell
up.
you what is
Wow.
relevant. It's irrelevant to this discussion.
It is relevant. If
There's
you're
nothing-
putting it in there as if it's fact and I'm disputing it, I think it's relevant.
There's nothing in this write-up.
Well, then why are you holding this against me right now?
Holding it against me?
You just
Holding it
said
against you
we
because
had
of
another
the
incident
facts.
as if I had contacted someone's wife and it wasn't true. He admitted it wasn't true.
Well, we'll follow up on that.
I wish you would. Because I'd like to add something else to that. My girlfriend and his wife have been friends since 4th grade. And I guarantee someone would have said something about it.
All right. So it's not in here.
Doesn't seem very fair to just kind of offhandedly add that to this discussion.
Well, it is pertinent
When it
to
is
it.
in
It
dispute.
is pertinent to it.
Can we speak with Randy?
We will speak with Randy.
Okay.
I think you probably should not speak to many people in this plant from what I'm hearing.
Okay. All right.
It's funny again, isn't it?
Yeah, this part is
Well, it's
fun.
not going to be so funny the next time we talk, put it that way.
So-
the next time you and I have a conversation like this, there you go grinning again.
I gotta admit, there's a lot of parts of
Then-
this. Okay, let's finish this, and then I have some questions also, if you don't mind.
All right, any further issues of any kind will result in termination. That's
Okay.
it.
Okay.
And you're off for the next 3 days, so don't bother coming to work Monday, Tuesday, or whatever. There you're snickering again.
Okay.
I've never had a discussion like this with an employee. and
Well,
sit there
I
and
feel
laugh
like you're
through the
missing
whole
some really important facts here. Does it bother you that someone left a harassing note on my locker that all your managers saw it in there for 3 days, and instead of taking it down, they left it up there and
Harassing
waiting for a confrontation to happen?
thing. A harassing note?
Yeah, a harassing note. If it wasn't harassing, 1, they probably would have signed it. 2, they probably would have been in my locker, not on my locker, and all these guys saw it.
Well, the only thing we're talking about is the fact that you took it upon yourself to contact the wife of an employee on social media.
Right.
That is totally inappropriate.
Okay.
And that's why you got 3 days off.
Okay.
It's the only reason you got 3 days off.
Okay.
What led up to it is irrelevant. There's people in this room you can come talk to if you think someone's picking on you.
Okay.
If you thought that was a harassing note, you should have taken it right to your supervisor. You should know that. You were once a lead person.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
Yep. And this Randy business is part of the reason I chose not to be a lead man anymore.
Well, after this deal right here, you wouldn't be a lead man anyway, so.
Okay.
You're on a slippery slope, my friend. Straighten it up. There he goes again. Straighten it up. Straighten it up or you won't
Okay.
be an employee here. You've
Now-
got 10 years of your life invested.
Yeah,
here.
that's right. And that's why I'm trying to stand up for myself. Okay, so
There-
I imagine this write-up,
There is no standing up for me.
So I
There's no
imagine-
standing up for this.
will this write-up apply to Tim having his wife call my house?
His wife calling your house is totally appropriate since you're the one that contacted her on Facebook.
Really?
Yeah.
Even though he gave her the number
I don't
from the
care.
phone
I don't
list.
care if she got the number from Donald Trump. Who cares? What difference does it make where she got the number?
Well, okay, we can still debate, right? Apparently you don't want to debate who left the card, who wrote the card. But what we do know is my girlfriend had nothing to do with any of this.
I don't even know if you have a girlfriend.
Okay, well,
So how does your girlfriend get weaved into this?
10:01 p.m.
Hi, Lynn. I'm just wondering why your boyfriend is texting me and putting random things on my Facebook. And I looked him up and got his number in the yellow or white pages. Why? Why would...
End of messages.
okay. No, she says she got my number out of the white pages. I'm not in the white
I don't care
pages.
where she got your number for.
I think the point is, Brian, who initiated the contact?
Who initiated the contact was whoever put the card on my locker. That's who initiated the contact. And you guys left it up there waiting for some sort of response out of me,
That was
and then you got the
That was
response.
incorrect. Nobody was waiting for a response. That was inappropriate of us to leave it there. Should not have been left by us.
So you're absolved of responsibility now?
No, we should have taken that down. But when you found this to be offensive or whatever you found it, you should have come to us and said, hey, this isn't a joke. I find it personal. We could have taken care of it then.
You know what? Tim has a history of putting stuff in my locker. So I have
you ever
pretty
reported
good
it?
reason
Have
to...
you ever reported? Who's
yeah.
reported to?
Ross, you remember this?
It was approximately 10 years ago when we did deal with it at the
What?
time.
How did you resolve that?
I spoke to both parties involved.
Because actually, Tim ended up implicating you in the whole deal. So, anyway, I'm not trying to drudge that up, other than to show that he has a history of doing this. So it would be reasonable for me to suspect him of doing it the next
I don't
time.
care if you suspected him or not.
Okay.
You know, grown-ups would go over and say, hey, I didn't appreciate that. And if you got the wrong reaction out of him, then you'd go to your supervisor. That's how a grown-up would handle it.
Okay.
For you to handle it by contacting her is that's the only thing we're talking about here.
Okay.
We're talking about it is not acceptable in any stretch of the imagination for an employee to contact the spouse or the girlfriend of an employee. Not acceptable, period. I don't care what she said back.
Okay. Can I clarify something here?
Sure.
I mean, if I leave an anonymous note on someone's locker, as long as no one can prove I did it, this is acceptable. Is that true? Is it acceptable what happened in the first
Well, it
place?
depends on what the note says.
Well, it says you feel underappreciated, and here's a
The
gift
note,
card.
the note that was left was not that offensible unless you really do feel underappreciated.
Did you see the note?
I heard about it.
Okay. Okay. All right.
All right,
Do you
we
need
will.
me to sign something,
The
or-
Randy thing isn't even noticed. It isn't even mentioned in.
Well, I
here.
really wish you'd clarify that, because I'm pretty
But
upset by
I
that.
doubt very seriously whether Randy fessed up to saying that otherwise there would have been this rather stern discussion with Randy.
So, I mean, I would have thought so, but that didn't happen.
So far, no one in here that should know about the fact that it was a made-up story knows about it. So.
Huh. Okay.
All right, so we're done. There's nothing more to talk about.
Well, should I
Just,
sign something? Or?
Suffice it to be that if anything like this or anything ever happens again, then it'll be a lot shorter discussion.
Because if I recall right, JR and Brad both told me pretty much what you just told me, that they told Randy if he ever did anything like that again, he would be fired.
Randy was written up for falsifying
Right.
the things.
Right. But then as far as this discussion of me contacting his wife or girlfriend or whatever,
So wait a minute, let's back up. The write-up for Randy was for falsifying the drain cleaning records?
The master sanitation
Right.
record.
Okay, but, so, so you admit contacting his wife?
no, I'm telling you I didn't contact his wife. Randy admitted that he made the story up.
Yeah, I don't, well, we'll find out. But it's irrelevant to this discussion. It doesn't matter. Any employee that had nothing in their file that did this would be having the same conversation, period, because we can't allow it. Because this is how things escalate and become a real big deal, and
Right.
before you know it, then there's punches thrown in the hallway, and,
Right.
and then 2 employees are out of a job. So
Right.
we need to handle these very sternly, very quickly, and make sure everyone understands that it's not appropriate to contact someone's home outside of work. It's totally appropriate. If you got a problem, bring it to your supervisor and deal with it in the appropriate way. Okay?
Signing this line says that you received the full explanation.
Right.
You can sign it.
Yes. Okay, here's a conversation I had with JR back on October 7th. We need to talk. Randy is telling people I have a problem with him because I was hitting on his wife a couple years ago on Facebook. I don't need this guy spreading BS and causing problems in my life. I'm sick of it. JR said, calm down, we'll figure this out, trust me. I agree, you don't need this towards you, we'll figure it out. And I told him I had already spoken to Brad. Brad coming in discussing this, thanks for your response. He says, don't let someone rent space in your head. I said, this kind of stuff that mess up personal relationships. And then we had a discussion in that office, and we set up an appointment for the following Wednesday, which was my next day back at work, to have a discussion with Brad, JR, me, and Randy. None of them showed up.
So you just let it go? You didn't,
Oh,
you didn't
well,
ask? You didn't ask?
yeah. Let's see.
We're gonna have that discussion.
I did, as a matter of fact. No, I had the same phone. Oh, you? Okay.
So what are you reading from text? Or are you
Yeah,
reading from
text. Let's see. Are we doing that meeting with Randy today? No. Sorry, I got behind this week. So, I did follow up on it.
So it's irrelevant to this.
Well,
because
you
I
brought
just-
it up. I don't know why you're telling me it's irrelevant.
I just finished telling you that we're dealing with this incident, and there's nothing written in there about that other incident. That's just exactly what I read, but of course you're free to read it.
I'm going to use that at the part in with Randy. I just want to make sure that's not in there.
They don't trust me.
What is going on here today?
26.
You guys are signing this. Okay.
Jeff will sign it easier. I understand that we want you to succeed. You're not gonna cooperate. Don't mess up. Don't do it again, man. I got nothing I can do if you do it again.
You know, I just can't believe you're dismissing how the whole thing starts. I can't believe you're dismissing the fact that someone has left a note that is meant to get a reaction out of me, and then when
I
they
don't-
got the
I don't-
reaction, you're objecting to the reaction.
I don't care what an employee did or said to you.
So
It's totally over the line to contact his wife. Do you
So-
understand that at all? Do you understand that at
Yeah,
all?
I get what you're saying. So it wasn't inappropriate for him to have his wife contact my girlfriend.
So you'd be okay if you had a disagreement with one of the guys out on the floor and they called your girlfriend? Would that be okay with you?
That's what I just said just
That'd be
happened.
okay with you? Not until the contact was made the
So
other
there's
way.
certain things that can lead to that make it acceptable.
Oh, if someone's putting a post on someone's Facebook, it's not okay for
It's
them to
a,
call and
well,
say,
it was a
"Stop
private message. I don't know if that matters, but it was a
I don't
private
care-
message.
I don't care what it is. If it's
Okay.
if it's a voicemail left at home.
Okay, do you know why I didn't talk to Tim? instead?
No.
I mean, well, did you see in the first message?
6-year.
6-year feud that he decided to have with me.
He's never told any of us that you two have a 6-year feud.
But in that case, we could have come to us, and we can talk with him if you feel like he's the one that did it.
All we're talking about here is the fact that he decided to take it to contacting his wife. That's where you cross the line.
Okay.
Don't cross that line. Come and talk to your supervisor, and we'll deal with it appropriately.
Okay.
All right?
I got you.
Okay, thank you. So you're back then, hold on 1 second.
3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Come back Saturday. You got Monday, Tuesday, and Friday.
All right. Okay.